In a small town nestled gently among lush green hills, there lived a boy named Rohan, not the kind who drew attention for mischief, but for the spark in his eyes, shimmering with belief and grand aspirations. Behind those big dreams, however, was a habit Rohan couldn't quite shake. He shared every goal he had with others. Every time a new idea blossomed in his mind, he couldn't help but tell someone. He loved the feeling of being heard, of receiving praise, of being looked upon with hope. To him, speaking his dreams aloud made them feel clearer, more real, more within reach. But instead of taking action, Rohan would lose himself in the admiration of others. Every compliment felt like a step toward success, yet in truth, he hadn't taken a single real step. His grand dreams became nothing more than fleeting words on the wind. He couldn't understand why, despite his passion and effort, the results were always modest. The more he spoke, the farther away his dreams seemed to drift. One day, while wandering through the serene grounds of an ancient temple, Rohan encountered an elderly man with calm eyes and a tranquil presence. He was Guruji, a wise teacher who had long heard whispers of Rohan's lofty ambitions. Looking gently into the boy's eyes, Guruji asked, "Have you ever wondered why your dreams haven't come true?" Rohan fell silent, unable to answer. He had tried, he had dreamed, but he still hadn't reached the heights he longed for. Guruji continued, "My child, when we speak too much of our goals, we often give away our own strength. Listen to this story, and you may begin to understand. Long ago, in a poor village, there lived a humble farmer named Dev. He had nothing but his calloused hands and a single dream, to one day own a vast, thriving farm that could change his life. Every day, Dev toiled from sunrise to sunset. But what set him apart was this: he never once spoke of his dream to anyone. When people asked, 'Dev, why do you work so hard?' he would simply smile and continue plowing in silence. Years passed. Bit by bit, he bought small pieces of land. He planted, nurtured, and tended them with care. No one knew what he was building, until one day, the entire village stood stunned before a magnificent farm that had risen out of quiet persistence. When asked why he had hidden his dream, Dev answered softly, "Because in silence, we protect our dreams from doubt and fatigue. Sometimes, silence is the strongest armor success can wear." As Guruji finished the story, he looked deep into Rohan's eyes and spoke slowly. "You see, when we speak too much of our dreams, they become vulnerable to the voices of others. Not everyone wishes to see you succeed. And worse still, when we talk too much, our mind is tricked into believing we've already achieved something, robbing us of the fire to act." Rohan was struck silent, his heart stirred awake. He began to see that silence was not weakness, it was a quiet, unwavering strength. Guruji concluded, "Let your success be your voice, not your words. From today on, speak less and do more." From that moment on, Rohan was lit from within by a new light. He stopped sharing his plans with the world. Instead, he quietly wrote them down, then acted on them, one step at a time. He studied harder, focused deeper, and avoided idle conversations. Every morning, he whispered to himself, "No one needs to know today. Act for success, and let success speak for itself." Time passed. Rohan's quiet persistence began to bear fruit. In his final school exams, he didn't just do well, he topped the entire school. Everyone was astonished by his transformation. Friends asked for his secret. Teachers couldn't stop praising him. But Rohan only smiled gently, saying little, because he had learned that silence had been the bedrock of his success. Years later, Rohan became a successful entrepreneur and a beacon of inspiration for countless young dreamers caught between ambition and reality. At speaking events, when asked about the turning point in his life, He would simply smile and recall Guruji's timeless words. Let success be the one who speaks for you. Rohan had come to understand that the world is filled with noise. Everyone wants to be heard, to be seen. But few realize that well-timed silence can be the mightiest weapon. Silence lets us hold on to belief when no one else does. It shelters our dreams while they're still fragile. It channels our energy into action, rather than scattering it through words. He had once been a boy who loved to talk, to dream, to be acknowledged, but it was silence that taught him the true value of effort. He no longer needed to announce his success, he just worked quietly, until it became undeniable. Speak less, do more. Silence is power. It wasn't just a valuable lesson, it became Rohan's guiding star. And now, his story stands as a powerful testament. Success needs no introduction. It needs only quiet perseverance and unwavering faith. If Rohan's story touched you, show a little love by clicking like to support the channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a weekly story full of meaning and inspiration. And if you know someone who could use a gentle reminder that silence, too, is a form of strength, share this video with them. Thank you for listening until the very end. Sometimes, the journey of transformation begins with something as simple as this. See you in the next story.